Syntex Tank, strong, tough.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM and the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Agbafu.
Good morning, Winston.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm well. I'm doing very well.
Some of us
Unlike
are not well.
so many others, our WhatsApp console is flooded with messages this morning. Tells you how passionate people are about football.
Lots of messages. We get into all of those.
Well, I didn't waste time to watch the match because I just.
How do you classify that as wasting time?
Oh no! I mean the
Because
Black Stars' performance over the years has been on the decline, and so I wasn't expecting anything extraordinary from them. I mean, honestly, so I didn't watch the game, and so yeah. But this morning I woke up and I saw the clip of Richard Ofori, and
I don't know what was going through that guy's mind.
I think it was all over the place, and people were wondering, what was this guy thinking? What was this guy thinking?
What was Richard Ofori doing?
One of those things, Winston. I think that we just have to accept the fact that our football is on the decline and we need to fix it. And I feel this coaching thing is overrated. I mean, we made so much noise about Chris Hughton. I mean,
as for Chris Hughton, he has disgraced all of us who supported him.
Yeah.
Look, I ask myself, Joseph Pencil, you know, he was actually the guy who got us the first penalty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then in the second half, we don't bring Pencil. We bring Andre Ayew. To come and do what? What problem was Andre Ayew going to solve? What was the need in the Black Stars? And was Andre Ayew the one going to solve that need or that problem in the Black Stars?
Well, Mama B was talking about it during the break, and I was thinking, well, Mama B is not a coach, but she even thought it wasn't a wise decision to take. So you wonder, what was Chris Hughton thinking then?
What are you bringing Andre Ayew to come and do? What was he coming to do in that game? I don't understand. What did he come to do in the game? Look, we kept saying this. Anytime of course, we're leading by a goal. Then Ashimiro gets injured. What do you bring? Who do you bring? Baba Idrisu. You bring Baba Idrisu in. Baba Idrisu every day.
Nixon doesn't usually talk, but
Nixon. What's up?
Well, it's quite heartbreaking in the sense that for me, from day one, I realized that the coach was tactically bankrupt, you know, because since his exit at Brighton, he has never been approached by any, even League One club in England to coach.
Oh, he actually went to coach Nottingham Forest, and they fired him. When they fired him, they gave the job to Cooper, and Cooper brought them to the Premier League.
But clearly, I don't see why we should lose that match against Mozambique.
Oh, we drew. We didn't lose. Are you too high?
But
we lost.
We lost. Indirectly, we lost because we needed to progress. We needed to win to qualify.
If you had won this match, like straight second though.
Yeah.
Now look, Ivory Coast has 3 points. Namibia, they've played 2 matches. They have 3 points, so we can't get to Namibia. Algeria, they've played 2 matches. They have 2 points. Zambia played 2 matches. They have 2 points. They'll be playing. And our prayer now will be that these teams lose miserably.
Chances that they will lose miserably.
We're out.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
sadly, we're out.
This is disappointing and very heartbreaking, like Nixon said.
You know, yesterday I was thinking of, wearing my, how do you call it, Black Stars jersey when we were leading by 2 goals. So I was looking at a few things. I said, hey, would my tummy fit and everything? Little did I know I wasn't going to wear it today.
And these are the little things that make Ghanaians excited amidst all the challenges we are facing with the economy and all. And football too is like wahala.
Charlie, today we're talking about it. One of my friends, Akwesi Apia, Akwesi Apia, I was at the University of Cape Coast with him. He says, you have to call Countryman Songo live this morning.
I think you should.
We have to call Countryman Songo.
You have to.
Okay, we'll see about that. Anyway, so this morning also we'll talk about the SML, the GRA. You've seen that letter writing to the presidency indicating that, they think that we shouldn't suspend the deal. We'll get views of some analysts on that. Stay with us now. Time for the Joy Business Report with Darryl Kwao and the team.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, rating agency Fitch predicts a favorable outlook for banks operating in Ghana in 2024, saying the external debt exchange will have little impact on the operations. Also, CD loses over 2% in value to the dollar this year, but expected inflows from the International Monetary Fund and Bank of Ghana will ease depreciation pressure. Also, government insists new set of taxes being introduced will not result in inflation going up. Details coming up. Thanks for joining us, everyone. What a difficult night it was. Hopefully some sunshine today. Hello to our friends listening on KTU Radio in Koforidua. My name is Darryl Kwao. First up, rating agency Fitch is predicting a favorable outlook for banks operating in Ghana in 2024. This follows the successful conclusion of the domestic debt exchange program, which impacted most banks negatively. According to the UK-based firm, the external debt restructuring will have little impact on the Ghanaian banking sector, but warns of elevated loan quality risk. Here's Director of Europe, Middle East and Africa Banks Ratings at Fitch Ratings, Tim Slatter.
This reflects our view that conditions will improve relative to a particularly bad 2023, which saw the sovereign default on both foreign currency and local currency debt. The domestic debt exchange program, which was launched in December 2022 but concluded last year, inflicted large net present value losses on the banking sector and had a significant impact on its capital. We still believe that the accounting treatment of the exchange and regulatory forbearance will continue to mask the true effect on the banking sector's capital this year. The sovereign external debt restructuring is ongoing, but in our view poses far less risk to the banking sector due to its small exposure to sovereign Eurobonds.
You had Tim Slater, Director of Europe, Middle East and Africa Bank Ratings at Fitch Ratings. Now, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana will today begin meeting to review the economy and announce a new policy rate at a press conference next week. The meeting is coming at a time there is pressure on the committee to cut the rate by some significant margin due to the consistent decline in inflation. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, however, says that the bank is committed to tight monetary policy stance and the committee will cut the policy rate when necessary. The policy rate currently stands at 30% after it was kept unchanged at the committee's last meeting in November. Moving on, the Ghana cedi has lost over 2% in value to the dollar this year. However, analysts expect improved investor sentiment following the expected inflow of a $600 million IMF bailout package and other budgetary support from the World Bank. Here's a Business Desk report.
Last week, the cedi continued to cede ground to the major trading currencies due to a stronger US dollar despite some foreign exchange liquidity injection. This caused the American greenback to gain across a basket of African currencies, including the local currency. As a result, the central bank's $11.6 million spot market support failed to cushion the cedi as it ended the week's trade to a mid-rate of 12 cedis 53 pesos to a dollar on the retail market. The local currency also dipped against the pound and the euro on the retail market. The executive board of the IMF approved the first review of Ghana's loan program, allowing for an immediate release of $600 million. Also, the World Bank confirmed that the debt rework has unlocked the release of $300 million in budget support, which will be considered by the executive board this week. Despite the prevalence of corporate demand, analysts expect foreign exchange market sentiment to improve as the deal's inflow should help increase supply-side intervention and cushion the local unit in the near term.
That was a Business Desk report. Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has once again called on the Bank of Ghana to check the repatriation of dollars by Chinese businesses. According to GUTA, part of the reason for the cedi's depreciation between January and February could be blamed on the Chinese New Year celebrations, where their businesses abroad repatriate dollars home. Speaking to Joy Business, President of the association, Joseph Obin, said measures must be put in place to reduce the amount of dollars taken out of the country.
You realized the perennial depreciation program that we've been here every January to February.
Yeah.
So this is the time to now, because during that time, the masters of the economy are going, the Chinese and all that, they are taking all the chunk of their resources to go. How are we going to manage that? That's what my fears. So if you are not able to manage it well, there being the end of the year, entering January where Chinese are going for their holiday, and you know they control a chunk.
President of Guta, Joseph Obentha. Let's take a look at the currency market this morning. The dollar going for 12 cedis 45 pesos on the retail market. The pound going for 15 cedis 45 pesos. The euro trading at 13 cedis 43 pesos. Now, government is insisting that the new set of taxes that have taken off will not result in inflation going up. The Ghana Revenue Authority last week announced that it has set the 1st of January as the implementation date for these 7 tax amendments. However, there are fears that this will reverse a decline in inflation witnessed over the past months. But the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, disagrees.
Taxes and inflation, if you look at it, in a sense, it's a withdrawal of, income that is going to those that are paying the taxes. And to the extent that it helps in the fiscal consolidation process, it should not necessarily lead to an increase in inflation. In fact, the Bank of Ghana would continue to manage the inflation side of the macro.
We can hear next from the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, who maintains that the tax reliefs as well as other programs being implemented will help contain inflation.
That it's not going to be inflationary. But more important, we have all sorts of tax reliefs that you don't want to talk about. And with regards to the taxes on electricity, and it doesn't affect sort of the lifeline tax people. And so I think we should be all right. The emissions tax, as you know, I think we'll be okay.
You had the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. The World Bank is expected to meet today and approve some $300 million for Ghana. The Washington-based lender is advancing the support for Ghana after the country managed to secure a deal with bilateral creditors and consequently completed the first review of the International Monetary Fund program. George Rafe has details.
Joy Business understands that the executive directors of the World Bank Board will approve and disburse $300 million to Ghana. Sources say Ghana has met all the conditions needed for this support to be advanced to the country. The World Bank Group is one of several donor partners that will in the coming weeks approve more support for Ghana after it passed the first review under the IMF program last week. Former country director of the World Bank has been outlining the areas the money should be advanced once it hits government of Ghana's account.
Basically, cash going into your consolidated fund, and then, of course, the program spending is there in line with budget that's been approved by Parliament.
World Bank will also, in the coming weeks, meet to approve some $250 million for Ghana. This is part of support with the Financial Stability Fund, established to assist financial institutions and commercial banks hit badly by the effects of the domestic debt exchange program.
George, I feel with that report. Now, Chairman of the Competitive African Rice Platform, Yaw Edupoku, has raised concerns about lack of subsidies for local rice production. According to him, this is making it uncompetitive in the domestic market compared to the foreign brands. He tells Joy Business government has to immediately step in to sustain the nation's food security in the medium to long term.
So you can see that they have an advantage of 100% over ours. And that tells in the market. And so it makes it very, very difficult. As I'm talking to you, I'm doing everything that I can to push the distributors to accept Ghana rice. In fact, farmers are now more than willing to give the rice to you, come later and pay. Do you have 100% broken? Price drops sharply, about 60% down. So everybody is afraid of Ghana. This is the situation we find ourselves.
Yaw Edupoku is chairman of the Competitive African Rice Platform. Turning next to Investor Eye, will tell you how to detect fraudulent investment links shared on social media platforms. Joseph Kokwe is lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau.
There's certain metrics you are looking at. You are looking at historically what kind of message has this person been sending. So if you contextualize it in that way, then I know the kind of messages you send on a group. This is very inconsistent with things you normally send, right? So on that metric, then I can determine the sender aspect as suspicious. From the sender aspect, you can also look at who is sending it in terms of, again, it comes with history in the sense that, has this person ever sent a message to me before? So if you are dealing with someone who is a one-time sender, normally it also is suspicious because people of that range are normally attackers who are just targeting as many people as possible and they want to see who will fall victim to it. But thirdly, in this case of the sender, the beautiful thing about it is you can easily call to verify. So I got a link from you. Are you the one